personally, I'll be honest. I told our owners when they called, I said, I don't understand why you're doing this, and they said, one of the things they said was, well, it doesn't matter. We've done it now, and we want you. And so that was a tough one. That's where you had the hesitation.
Lovers Association. This is your guy Marcellus Ease, and my oh my, what's going on in Milwaukee? As the Bucks were in the midst of a West Coast road trip, and they signed on the coach that everyone loves to hate, Doc Rivers. But in this segment right here, we'll take a look at some of the dynamics playing out with the Milwaukee Bucks as Doc Rivers began to implement some of his defensive schemes in their matchup against Dallas, which led to a second half comeback and a lot of offensive struggles for Luka. And even though in that West Coast trip there were a few players out due to injuries and illnesses like Brook Lopez and Damian Lillard, and we'll focus on their matchups against Miami and Denver during that stretch when they were at full strength. I'm not going to say no more. Let's just get to it.
See, as you can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out. And also, if you stay down here and you never fuck around, you'll never find out.
So the Doc Rivers era in Milwaukee started off against the defending champion Denver Nuggets as Jamal Murray went off in this game for 35 points. He took advantage of the Bucks just adjusting their defense, especially with the switches and getting more communicative on defense. But within that transition from the Adrian Griffin era, a few of the cracks continued to show as the Bucks relentlessly gave up points in transition, whether they made a basket or not. So fast forward to the Bucks' third game with Doc Rivers being the head coach. We seen very similar struggles that they had with dealing with Jamal Murray show up going against Luka Doncic. The Bucks struggled to defend the perimeter, especially on the pick and roll against Luka, and he used his height advantage to knock down a couple of threes as he finished the first half with 26 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 assists. But in the second half, Doc Rivers definitely made his adjustments as they started to take the ball out of Luka's hands. So as soon as the second half starts, we're going to see the Bucks right here with Giannis instantly start blitzing Luka and get the ball out of his hands to make someone else make a play. See how the Mavericks right here, airtight, nowhere to go. They're going to force other guys to make things happen. But Luka just killing them in that first half, dropping 26 points. There has to be some sort of turnaround here. Now the Bucks right here continue to give Luka a lot of different looks. Middleton's right on Luka, but watch as the screen comes in right here. They're going to make the quick switch. You see how Middleton quickly knows to switch to leave Giannis guarding Luka. Great communication by the Bucks. Taking a look at that one more time. As soon as the screen comes, watch Middleton instantly backs up. Bucks have made adjustments, and now one-on-one with Luka, no help, but Luka is still able to finish right on Giannis. One of his few points in this quarter, he had 4 points. Here we go again, one-on-one with Luka. Middleton helps out, but a little bit late right here on the rotations, but the Bucks are still working on it. That's on Dame right there. Once again, pay attention to Giannis as he blitz. And now the Mavs are forced to make something to happen as now they get the miss and the Bucks get the possession back. Here it is again, one-on-one with Dame out in the perimeter. Giannis blitzes. The Bucks get the ball back. Great communication on the switch right here between Giannis and Middleton. Right here. See, now Giannis guards Luka and it forces a turnover. Multiple picks thrown by Dallas. Crowder recovers. Middleton blitzes. Forces Luka to lose the ball for a little bit. Messes up his momentum. And the Bucks recover the possession. Now with the Bucks blitzing and it being so effective, Derrick Jones right here is going to run a pin down screen and force Chris Middleton to stick with him. And he's going to force Dame to pick up Luka. Right there's that pin down screen. So right now Middleton is forced to guard Derrick Jones as he brings him down the paint. And now one-on-one with Dame, which is way too easy. that was Luka's only second bucket of the quarter. So entering the fourth quarter, the Bucks continue to force the ball out of Luka's hands. But I'm not going to lie, their role players actually holding their own. The Mavs only down by 3. But once again, just this blitzing. Watch Middleton right here. This blitzing is forcing Luka to turn the ball over. Middleton blitzes and leads right here to a turnover. So after countless ball pressure and just double teaming blitzes, and Giannis actually guarding Luka from the point of attack way out here, about 30 feet out, it starts to beat on Luka after a while, and it starts to lead to more turnovers and fatigue at the same time. It's right here, kind of all comes together with this turnover, as this is how the Bucks pretty much maintained the lead and took away Luka's dominance from the first half. Now in the Bucks' second leg of a back-to-back at home, they got caught lacking with the shooters. As right here, Martin and Jovic did a little cross action, and Dame right here is going to get caught lacking. Taking a look at it again, a little cross action here. Look at Dame. A little confusion, wide open shot. Bang. Now a few possessions later, the Heat, they're consistently hunting for that mismatch. They're hunting. Look at all that off-ball movement. But what are they hunting for? You already know it. They're hunting for Brook Lopez on the weak side. You got Duncan Robinson right here, along with Bam. So you already know what the move is. Get that screen off. Because you know Brook Lopez, look at him. Look at Lopez. Dropping back. He's not coming up. Easy shot. So throughout the first quarter, the Bucks defenders failed to stay connected to the Miami Heat three-point shooters, as they went 7 from 11 from 3, shooting 63%. I mean, god damn, they had the Bucks just running all over the place trying to close out these shooters. Now here we go again with the Heat taking advantage of Brook Lopez in that drop back coverage. As now it leaves defenders scrambling for the open three-point shot. Take a look at that again. See off the screen, look at Brook Lopez. And now you have 2 3-point shooters left because Brook plays drop back. The Heat are taking full advantage of this. And the Bucks better hope they don't get them in the playoffs, because this is not a good matchup for them. Once again, Duncan Robinson and Bam hunting Brook. Look at Brook on the drop back. Look how quickly. Yo, this is crazy. This is way too easy. Look at that gap on the closeout. Way too easy. Now keep in mind, it's not like Duncan Robinson is a person who has a strong dribble. Same thing for Bam. Just dump offs along with off-ball movement is pure gold against this drop back coverage. Now I know the Bucks all season have been horrible in transition, but look at Brook. He's going to go down here. Of course, he's going to play down low. He's going to be the low man. But look at Giannis also. Got to get back on the scramble. Now, remember, just a second ago, the Bucks were down 9, right? So they're going to go through a stretch right now where they don't score. But we're going to see the stagnation of some of this offense. As it looks like Dame just settled for that shot. I mean, there's no flow to this play right here. Now the lead is up to 14, but look at this possession right here. Just leads to Brook Lopez settling from deep. All right, so the Bucks still down 13, and once again, another open three-point shot. And just looking at it again, it looks like Beasley just got caught in the pin down. Lopez is already down low. He's not even a guy that can close out. So, damn, the Bucks are out of options right now. So a few possessions later, the Bucks offense still looks pretty stagnant right here, as this little screen pass by Brook Lopez is off Dame's leg. But just looking at it again, there's no dribble penetration. This offense is stagnant. Guys are just chilling at the corner. Look at Beasley the whole time. So right now the Heat up 17, and they do what they do. Hitting tough shots all night. Duncan Robinson right over Dame. Up 20. And to end the third quarter, the Heat just kept pouring it on. Look at 3 guys in the paint, all on Bam. And just the continuous off-ball movement by the Miami Heat. You just got shooters everywhere, man. And with Bam just knowing what decision to make, it's over. And the Heat pretty much led by 20 the rest of the way, as they almost shot 50% from three for the whole game, 19 of 40. But as far as judging the new look Bucks with their full roster along with Doc Rivers versus Dallas, the defensive switching looked promising, as they were able to shut down Luka in the second half. And against Denver, they completely dominated on defense, which allowed them to get 34 transition points. And that caused frustrations for Jamal Murray all night. But on the back-to-back against the Miami Heat, and that free-flowing off-ball movement turned out to be too much for the Milwaukee Bucks, who have a center in Brook Lopez, who's not as mobile on the closeouts. So it leads to a lot of defenders trying to close out on the recovery. But it's still early, as Doc Rivers and the Bucks are trying to get that chemistry right, and they dealt with a few injuries. Dame getting injured midway through that Jazz game, not being available to play against the Suns and Timberwolves. And let's not hit the panic button quite yet. Doc Rivers did join them while they were in the midst of a West Coast road trip. But there's definitely a lot of adjustments to be made, and they may have to call up some more reinforcements besides Pat Bev. But for sure, Doc Rivers definitely has his hands full. Until next time, you fellas stay safe. Peace.